Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. In the last episode, we unfortunately just came across Angie's dead body. And in this episode, we're trying to figure out the murderer. Well, I mean, I think that's what we do every time that there's been a murder. But I'm pretty sure I've finished inspecting this room. I think there are still things to investigate here. There are? Like what? Do I go back? Do I go back to the door now? I thought I... Is that what the yellow is telling me? Or is the yellow when I look at something? The yellow is when I look at something. Front door, it's just gonna tell me that I've looked at everything, so... I'm pretty sure that I just looked at this in the last episode. What is it that I could be missing? That's just Maki. Looks like I forgot that. What am I missing? Do I just talk to people again? Maybe?
By the way.
Yeah, it's strange that they're different locks. I remember talking to you about that.
Okay. That's true.
Yep. Suspecting Kokichi with that. Gonta. Everyone should, cause nighttime, but then why, what Angie doing here? I'll have to talk to these guys. What is it that I could possibly have missed? So black splots? Oh, what the fuck is up with Maki? I just noticed that now. What? Okay. Am I an idiot? Go back to Angie's body for a second. Do I click on it again? There's blood dripping from Angie's head, according to Monofuni. Laceration of the forehead. It still bothers me that the wound on her forehead is deep, but not bleeding much. There's one more thing. The duct tape that Maki found under the body. Why would that be there? Why would it be here of all places? The tape had Angie's hair on it. It must be related to the case. What am I missing? Maybe I go back to talk to Tsumugi? Angie had shut her way in yesterday. She said that she'd only unlock the door if she heard a student council member's voice, but then Tenko was loud.
That's true.
That would... yeah, she did, yes. What am I missing? Precisely. Do I inspect the front door again? It's unlocked and there's still things I need to inspect. I can't look at the Necronomicon here. Okay. Do I go back to the sword? Is that what it is? Is that what I'm supposed to... Let's try the hanging doll of Kaede or something. 4 FGs, yep. And the wax figure, yep. Why are they hung up? And it's also part of the ritual. It would take a lot of work to... You know, someone's behind this, and who did it? Culprit, Angie, the sword? What am I missing? Katana is stabbed into the Kaede's effigy. It seems like the katana was put on display in Kyo's lab. The blood of the tip suggests that this is the murder weapon. The blade is rusted and dull, and it can still stab effectively. Why use this particular weapon? If they went to Maki's lab, they could have had their choice of weapons. Is it because Kyo's lab is close by and because of convenience? Is it like Maki said, it doesn't need to be long? I can't imagine what they intended. Why they... Can't imagine this was intended to hide the weapon. Why did they do that? There's still a lot of mysteries I need to solve at this stage. I need to go to the original location of the murder weapon, Kyo's lab. There might be a clue there. If you're gonna tell me that's what that was, that entire thing, then I reread this? Okay. I leave? I still think that... Okay. There's gotta be a reason, right? Angie's body. Pool of blood! That's its entirely different entity. Oh, okay. Damn it. Oh, a small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. Torso? Oh, probably meaning like her neck. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
Is this?
This blood is dry. Must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed, maybe more. It fits that it fits the 2 a.m. time of death listed in the Monokuma file. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. Not exactly. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong?
So what?
It's not that important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Like I'd know.
Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaito, at least. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. Yay. I think we've finished investigating everything for now. Investigating everything for now.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we've found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry.
You're right.
I think I just remembered something. I think I remember what the wound on her forehead is about. I think I just remembered what it is. You're right. First, we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. We may find a clue related to the katana.
That's true.
We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong, Maki?
By the way.
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner?
Sure, whatever.
Excuse me. Well, it's fine. Just don't get used to it. Why? I know you wanted me to be your partner in life, but oh well. It's not that I asked. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. Okay. Leave. Leave again. First spot, Ultimate Anthropologist's lab. Was there a second place after the fact? I mean, obviously we have to wait for the seance in one of the 3 middle rooms. Are any of these in different positions? I don't think so. Anyone up here yet? No, they're probably still preparing for shit. Okay, let's go in through the front door. Technically. I still can't get over how big this place is. If I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from the display on the left. This one. But this is where the caged child was, and this is where the book for the caged child is supposed to be. I mean, I guess he doesn't technically need to read it, because he's read it. He's read multiple copies of it. Let's go Maki first and then investigate some of the other stuff.
Okay.
First, we should confirm whether the katana used in the murder really came from here.
By the way.
Still, there's tons of weird-looking stuff in this place. I thought it was a bunch of useless junk at first, but I guess it's not.
Sure, whatever.
Sorry. Don't mind me. Check the exhibit case. The Caged Child book is still here. Kyo said that he has read it so many times he can recite it by memory. I suppose he doesn't need it to perform the seance. Folded cloth. Ooh, this cloth. I see. It's the white fabric that covers the cage and the caged child. I suppose they already took the cage to the room. I know exactly what is used for. Wait, what was this? Back door? Door to hallway. Oh yeah, this is the door that I came in, and that's the side door. Yeah, the exhibit case. It's just the sheath! Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath.
Okay.
Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here. I'm certain of it.
That's true.
Doesn't this make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab, after all.
No.
Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken it.
That's true.
Fair enough. Anyone could have done the same with my lab, too. Gold leaf katana has been updated in the shoot bullet section of your monopad.
Oh?
What are you guys doing here?
Ew.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? I think, in comparison from Game 2 to Game 3, because Game 3 was the very first introduction to Danganronpa I ever had. So when I watched Shadow stream this, when I saw the first case and like the trickery that occurred with CAGED, I didn't know what to expect, because I always thought that there would be more twists and turns, but these cases seem to be able to like point you in the right direction, exactly like the second game, toward who the culprit is. And I don't know if like I should ever like spoil anything or not. Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? But like, when I was watching it, I think I remember thinking that there was always going to be a twist that I didn't expect. So my suspicion on one particular person, even though that I could like follow like how everything went, always threw me for a loop, because I didn't know if I would like get it right in the end. Because it is following the second game, there's no way for me to have known in the past. He looks so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess it's your signature look.
Anyway.
I forgot to bring something we need for the seance, so I came back to get it. Let me guess, it's the tarp.
Huh?
Something you forget is something for the seance.
Yeah.
Yep, that white sheet over there. We brought the wooden dog statue in the cage already, but I guess we need that sheet too.
What is it?
I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? Hey, don't ask me! I don't know why we need that stuff either!
So that means...
That's why I'd figure I'd do a little research on this seance before I got the sheet.
Huh?
Study? So, let's see. Kokichi took a look around and darted toward the book. I heard it was like some old handmade book. Click. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Yep, it looks like it says the Caged Dog Village right here at the cover, so this must be it. Let's see. What does it say about the Caged Child Seance? It's gonna be in another language. Kokichi flipped through the old book he picked up. Oh, is it this page? It's hard to read. But I can see the Caged Child is mentioned here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gio's drawing the same magic circle as the one in the picture. Okay. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium, and a dark place with no light.
If I remember correctly...
Just like Kyo said. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the Caged Dog Village on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curl like a turtle, and rest their forehead on a stone on the ground. Afterward, the 4 other participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover it with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage.
I see.
Also, it says that we can't step on the magic circle during the preparations. So... I think the circles... in the drawing, the giant circle houses an individual that's under a cage. The spirit medium, I don't know where that guy's supposed to stand yet. But I think the tiny little circles in each corner is where the respective people are supposed to stand away from the circle. The dog god? You mean the wooden dog statue?
Yeah.
When preparations are complete, turn out all the lights and create complete darkness. The seance will begin when the 4 participants are each standing at a corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the CAGED child song. After the song, ask, "Is the CAGED child?" Then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says. It sounds complicated.
But
Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say? Whether it works or not, Kyo has been wanting to conduct this seance for a while. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of those copies, I've already memorized it. But I never thought I would be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate.
right.
Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. That's probably why he left the book here, because he can conduct a seance without it.
But
Is it even possible? Contacting Angie's ghost? If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Shuichi? But it says that 4 people have to stand, only 5 people beyond the medium can be in the room.
huh? Well,
You should see how it plays out with your own eyes.
See?
There's still time, you know. The seance hasn't even started yet.
That's true.
Maybe it's better if you join them.
Huh?
You think so?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe it or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective, huh? Also, probably... Okay, so... Who all is going to be present? It's Kyo, Kokichi, who lies a lot, Tenko, who am I forgetting? Himiko, and who's the last one? Kibo? Was it Kibo? I think so. So that's 2 from the Tua group, Kyo, who's performing the seance, Kokichi, a liar, and then Tenko. I would only trust the word of Tenko in all of this. As a detective, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now you're talking!
All right.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. Of the 3 empty rooms, we're in the middle one. Kokichi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, then left the room. The caged child has been added to your truth bullet section of your monopad. Which... I don't really like. Because... the caged child is... automatically being added as a truth bullet. Would I like to leave? Yes. Which way? This way? Yeah. The middle room. Okay, is it gonna cuck me? So the seance is performed in the middle room. Okay, fine.
Hello.
So, Kokichi tells me you wish to participate in the seance as well, Shuichi? You are most welcome to join us.
Oh.
Is what I would like to say. However, only 5, including the spiritual medium, may join.
Oh man.
What a shame. Well, Keyboy, you're out. Why me? I agree with Kokichi. I was thinking this for a while. Robots and seances don't mix. They're like toothpaste and orange juice.
You see.
That's odd. Very odd timing. To be honest, I had the same thought. Your help was appreciated, Gibo.
Why you?
Don't any of you feel guilty for kicking me out after forcing me to come? That's why we're apologizing. No one's apologized yet.
Oh man.
Fine, fine, our bad. Just don't get mad and start shooting electromagnetic waves at us. Why would I do that?
Stop it.
Stop whining, Kibo. I wanted to start the seance as soon as possible. Okay, I was actually wondering how because I remembered going in to witness this. but I couldn't remember how there was another member for this. Fine, but I won't forget this betrayal, Shuichi. Why am I the one to betray you? Everyone else kicked your ass. What did I do?
So then...
So, now Shuichi has joined us. First, some warnings. We can't enter the circle.
Do you understand?
Do not enter the magic circle that I've drawn on the floor. Is this salt? I'm assuming it's salt. It is drawn with purifying salt, so it is easily disturbed when stepped upon. You drew this magic circle with salt?
That's correct.
I always use salt for magic circles. It makes seances more likely to succeed.
Well then...
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Okay.
Got it. I'll be careful. I'm surprised you were able to draw this without even looking at the picture.
Do not worry.
I have the entire document memorized, so this magic circle should be perfect. Of course, I also have the caged child's song memorized. You must do the same.
Do you understand?
At long last, a young guard dog and a little girl, sealed within an iron cage at mountain bottom within the darkness. At long last, how many there be by dawn? How many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1? Will the guard dog run far away? Or did it eat the little girl? At long last. Okay. I have copied the words of the song down here. Please commit it to memory. Everyone else has already memorized it. After all, you will be unable to read in the dark.
Huh?
We have to memorize the lyrics now?
Oh.
You're a detective, so I expect your memory to be up to the task. Here is the melody. I listened to Kyo sing the song and did my best to memorize the melody and lyrics. I would not be able to do this. I can tell you straight up right now, if I was put in Shuichi's position, or even the position of any of the others, I need a while to memorize songs.
Okay.
Alright, I think I've got it now. Your memory is extraordinary. You are, indeed, the ultimate detective.
Well then...
Let us begin the ritual right away.
How exciting!
Yay! We finally get to see Angie!
So then...
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in.
No.
I'll do it. Because if you're the spirit medium, you won't be able to talk to Angie.
Yeah? That's right.
You want to talk to Angie, right? Then I'll be the spirit medium. That way, you can say goodbye to her. And after you've finished saying your goodbyes, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
Please.
Tenko.
By the way.
Also, Himiko, let me say this one thing. Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying when you're talking, while talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too.
Damn it!
And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up.
Yes.
Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. I think you've trained too much. You're probably right. It seems like the two of them made up. That's good.
So then...
So now that we've decided on a spiritual medium, let us begin.
Yes.
Alright, Himiko. I'll see you later. I don't know why I struggled to read that.
Now, I would like the spirit medium Tenko to sit within the center circle. Please be sure to walk on the path, so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Make sure you watch your steps since it's so dark in here.
Next, you must be as a turtle within that circle. Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
This may be uncomfortable, but please endure it until the seance is complete. Whatever you do, you mustn't raise your head or change positions.
Piece of cake! I have 5-star flexibility!
So then...
Starting now, the rest of us must go to work. There are many things left to be done.
Let's see.
First, we must place the iron cage atop Tenko. I shall leave that to Shuichi and Kokichi. And please, keep in mind, walk carefully, so as to not to disturb the magic circle.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, you can count on me. I may not look like it, but I'm actually super duper strong. He's sweating.
I shouldn't have lied. I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
It's made of iron. No wonder it's heavy.
Hold on! Don't just drop it on top of me!
I know. It wouldn't be very funny if a body discovery announcement happened during this.
Please don't jinx us!
I'm tired. So, next, we cover the basket with a white cloth, right?
I shall take that role.
As to not disturb the, salt.
All right. Everything is prepared. Tenko, how are you doing?
And I just remembered something else about, Angie's just now. I'll mention it, when I have a chance to.
Well, I can only see the floor from this position, but I think I'm fine.
The final step is to place the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. The 4 of us may need to do this together. The statue is quite heavy.
Even with 4 people, it's still really heavy.
Oh, holy crap, this weighs a ton!
No, it is not much more than 175 pounds.
I'm totally wiped.
I could have used my magic to carry it easily, but seances and magic don't mix.
Are you sure it's okay to put something so heavy on top of the cage?
The iron cage was made specifically for seances, so it can hold this weight.
Okay. I guess that's fine then.
Now, let us exit the magic circle. Take care to avoid disturbing it.
I remember hating this bit, like, when I watched it the first time, because I suspected something to go wrong, because, like, all the curse shit that he's mentioned, like, if you disturb the circle, a horrible curse or whatever the fuck can go wrong. Take care to avoid disturbing it.
So then...
This is the point of no return. Tenko, after this point you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Got it!
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance.
Well then...
The rest of us shall move to the corners of the room. Please go to one of your choosing. We each stood in a different corner.
Now we darken the room. Kokichi and Shuichi are closest to the candles. Please blow out the candles. You should be able to follow the walls in the dark.
So go back to the corner of the room after it's dark. Okay, got it.
You needn't move, Himiko. There are many gaps in the floor near you.
Yeah, got it.
Once the room is dark, I will begin the song. Please sing along with me. Then, I will call out to Angie. Until she replies, there must be silence.
After the seance is done, Shuichi and I are supposed to light the candles again, right?
Correct. I brought matches from the warehouse, so please use those.
Okie dokie, then I'll blow out the candle now.
I walked up to the closest candle and blew out the flame. I had to, there was no noise. The room instantly fell into a complete darkness. Pitch black darkness. So dark I couldn't even see my own body. Overcoming my instinctual fear of the dark, I moved along the wall back to my corner. and began the singing.
At last, at long last.
Kyo led us all in the Caged Child song. I didn't remember us actually singing this.
Young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage. At mountain's bottom, within the darkness, at last, at long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1? Will the guard dog run far away, or did it eat the little girl?
We're not even gonna acknowledge that giant thunk in the middle.
At last, at long last.
Reach out and touch Wraith. What? Okay, I don't know why that achievement just came out. Maybe because you get it for listening to the full song instead of just skipping it or something. We finished singing the song, but I thought I heard an odd sound in the middle of it. What was that?
Say.
Is the Caged Child Angie Yonaga? He began calling. Now if the medium answers,
Say.
is the Caged Child Angie Yonaga? What's going on?
Say.
Is the Caged Child Angie Yonaga? There's the demon because I fucked up.
What's the matter?
What's wrong? Why won't Angie answer?
Hold on.
Himiko, I was very clear to you that you were not to speak, yes? But something's weird. Why won't she answer? Maybe it failed?
Let's see.
Let's light the candles briefly.
Huh?
What? Is that okay?
Well.
Just for now. Confused, I walked along the wall back to the candle. I managed to strike a match and light the candle once again. Why wouldn't you light the match in front of you and then walk over to it? I see blood. Hey, what's going on? Did it really fail? Yep, Tenko's dead. Tenko's fucking dead! And, we're gonna see the reason why. That shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect.
What?
Is Angie not coming? Is that still Tenko in there? Tenko?
I see.
Ah,
Yes.
I told her that she mustn't speak until the spirit enters her. She follows orders well, but how about we let her out for now?
Hold on.
Wait. Dark arts such as this need to be started and completed the same way. Those who remove the objects from the magic circle must be the same who brought them in. If not, the spirit may stay in the medium's body.
Man.
Seeing as how this was a failure, I don't think any spirit is sticking around, but whatever. Just like setting up, Kyo instructed us how to clean everything up. We were careful to remove everything exactly in the order Kyo directed.
Now, I will remove the sheet.
Yeah. And does anybody happen to see anything else about this particular thing? I didn't see it before when Kokichi was over there, but oh well. Now I remove the sheet. Kyo pinched the fabric gently and pulled it aside.
Oh? Perhaps.
Something is amiss. It looks like the cage split in half for some odd reason in that screen, but nah. Himiko ran toward the cage at a sprint. Himiko, I told you not to step on the... But she wasn't listening. She jumped onto the cage and... Fueled by desperation, Himiko grabbed the cage, lifted it up, and... Wow. Adrenaline really does do stuff to you, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And there's enough of us present to witness the body. Now, did anyone happen to notice anything particular about the body? No? Okay, I'll say it first. The blood is running down from her neck. I won't say anything more. This one...
Really?
This one is like the fastest to put together. Who would have thought there'd be another victim during the investigation? Maybe Monophanie's green puke was predicting this tragedy. Orange.
Ah!
Oh, the puke's color is normal now. I guess it was predicting this.
For now.
Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. Ugh. The second body discovery announcement played. It didn't take long for everyone to come running.
What?
All the salt is disturbed, unfortunately. Tenko! Seriously? What is this? How did this happen?
How this happened?
Tenko, Gonta's so sorry. Gonta no could protect you.
Got a minute?
Shuichi explained the situation. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened?
Well, that's...
I don't know. What's happening?
What on earth?
I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now, you should maybe start the investigation right away.
Say.
Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko. Yes?
If so.
What happens in the event that there are two murders by two people? What if there are two blackened? Will we need to find them both at the class trial?
That's right.
Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario?
Yeah?
What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen?
Not that.
Oh, why would you look lost? Why do you look lost too, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy.
I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know. Oh man, they're all disorganized. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we won't know how to investigate. What to investigate? Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help.
No way.
Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us.
In he comes. Oh, I thought he was gonna be repaired. Just like, did someone say, Daddy?
It's our fault that Daddy ended up like that.
Yeah?
It's all your fault, It's all your fault, Monophony?
Daddy, please help. We don't know what to do on our own.
Ah!
We gotta use the power of love. That ought to snap him back to normal. That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now.
That's right.
That's not true. Anything is possible with the power of love.
You don't understand that because you've never been loved before, Monodam.
I love you, so please go back to normal.
I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart. Oh, you're making me blush. There's two of them! The Kaito. The spirit of Monokuma is here! I'm back! Were you good while I was away?
Thank you so much, my adorable, darling cubs.
I was wondering what was gonna happen. Because there's only gonna be 3 instead of 5. Licks himself.
With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my relaxing vacation. Oh, that tickles. Father's intense love is getting me all
Ugh.
No.
Man, that vacation was just what I needed! It's important to take time off to relax.
To tell you the truth.
Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it!
Satisfied with this?
Oh, sorry, I interrupted something. The secret is to just leave whether you get permission or not! Huh? Wait, so then, who's this baldy then?
Yeah?
Oh, it's just a part-timer I got to cover me while I was gone.
Hey!
Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here. I thought you were supposed to be relaxed. Now that the nuisance is out of the way, what were you guys talking about again?
Yeah?
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are 2 blackened candidates? Excuse me. Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
Huh?
First come, first served?
Hey,
The blackened who killed the first victim will be discovered. Who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target.
in other words...
If the blackened who killed Angie isn't the same one who killed Tenko, then only Angie's killer will be considered the blackened. Basically, Tenko's killer wasted a kill. And Tenko herself is a waste of a victim.
Now then,
Oh, I'll add this to the school regulations so you can review it later.
go ahead.
I've also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder too.
Monokuma File 3 has been updated in your Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Monopad. Fuck.
Boy, everything is going so smoothly now that Father's running things again. The leader's gotta be able to take decisive action. Indecision is just the worst. You're glowing. You're glowing like a lamp.
I'll kill you, you bastard.
There's nothing better than being praised by my cute cubs. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as you live, I will never let any of you go. He just left us behind without saying it. While saying he would never let us go.
That's why he's so amazing. Please lick me more, Daddy.
So long. Farewell.
There's recordings of me saying this shit. Leaves on his own time, huh? So to make sense of all that,
Listen closely.
if both murders have different culprits, then our vote will determine Angie's killer.
Nope.
But we don't even know if there's a different culprit, do we?
Let's see.
True. We should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
How exciting!
And finally, things are heating up! I'm getting so excited!
Piece of shit.
You fucking psycho!
Shuichi!
This is bad.
Huh?
This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed! Everyone's upset and confused, and I'm in no shape to help right now.
But you know,
So this is where you need to step up.
You mean like I've been doing from the very beginning?
listen up.
Listen, Shuichi. The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
Yeah.
All right.
Then let's check the Monokuma file first.
Alright. The victim is Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. The time of death is approximately 11 a.m. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck. It's very, very specific. Now, I couldn't remember. There's... I don't want to spoil anything. But, there's a stab wound to the back of the neck for not only Tenko, but also, Angie. Very similar. There's a stab wound to the back of the neck. A stab wound to her neck, on her neck, the same as Angie's cause of death. It doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse. Curse?
Jeez.
God, not again.
Curse.
Hey!
Okay.
What? Cursed? Kaito, calm down. No way there's a curse. Don't screw around!
You're the one who's screwing around. Do you want to die?
Oh! A dull sound reverberated throughout the room. Ow.
Are you okay?
Kaito?
My bad.
My bad, Shuichi. I'm starting to feel bad, but for a whole different reason. I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Makiro, holding the blood up in his mouth, just pooling under his lip. Kaito left the room, still a little bit wobbly, but for a different reason. Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
That's correct.
True. We haven't time to mourn Tenko's death, as our own lives are at risk. Come on.
This is...
That's true, but Angie and then Tenko... And to think earlier I was suspicious of Tenko. I'm sorry, Tenko.
How can this be?
It's all Gonta's fault. Gonta failed to protect friends again.
Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone was panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder. Because I'm a detective.
Well,
It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to.
Got it.
Gonta bring candles from other rooms to make this room bright, okay?
No.
No, that won't be necessary. He's gonna have, like, lights for eyes or something.
ah,
Yeah, that's not necessary at all.
Why?
listen up!
Show him, Kibo. Show him your new power-up. New power? Excuse me.
His eyes lit up! I, Iruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
Another time where I think a line was re-recorded because that mic sounded way too hot.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
Crazy Diamond. Interesting.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something.
It's okay.
It's a bit on the nose for a reference, but oh well. But it's bright now. So we should hurry and investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Kibo's flashlight function has been added to the truth bullet section of your monoped.
Wonder what happens if I talk to him. Like, talking to him uses too much power, so like the light starts to dim. Hey, stop talking to him! It stays silent and raises like a thumbs up or something. Let's get everybody's testimonies first, and then I'll look at shit. Because there's a few things that I want to pay attention to. That would point me in one direction. Not that I already know, but I will. Said things that made Tenko look suspicious. And now this. I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop it.
Cry later.
What?
Huh?
Because...
Crying won't bring Tenko back. And if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit. For Tenko and all of us.
I guess...
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Okay. Maki,
Well...
do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on. Hence the reason why I brought up the whole floorboard around Tenko, where Kokichi was standing before. One of them has moved. They're tough to walk on. The floorboards aren't nailed down, they're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top, that's why they're unstable. Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they'd come loose easily.
Is this...
But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right?
Okay.
Yes, I suppose. Himiko's not gonna have anything. She's just gonna be mourning.
Hey!
Himiko! Hey, Himiko! Be strong, Himiko!
Wait...
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break.
But she not talking. It's like Himiko not even there. Here.
She must be really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now.
Okay.
Himiko.
Why?
First Angie, then Tenko.
How can this be?
Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends?
Kibo?
Leave it to me.
I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Kyo?
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
I knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
Of course. I am shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail?
He performed all the steps flawlessly.
He seems more concerned about that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh, if we perform the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time.
This is stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see. Yes.
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. All four of us placed the wooden statue of the god dog atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood at the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles. Finally, we all sang the cage child song, and the seance should have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Okay, I got kind of spooked by that, I won't lie. Because I was trying to remember which line it happened on. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone... That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay. I think... okay. I feel it's pretty fucking obvious at this point. Kyo's the culprit. Like, it's way too fucking obvious. Kyo's the culprit for this murder, and I can spell it out exactly. The reason why Tenko is forced to lay on the stone is because it's a marker for her to never have moved from that spot, and it's also a marker for Kyo to place something above her to kill her, to slice the neck. And the only way to do that is for her not to see it, to keep her head down. Everyone else moves out of the way, can't see him place down a, I'll say blade, maybe a knife, ceremonial thing, and then cover it with the white blanket, or whatever it is, tarp, something. And then we place the dog statue on top of that. And not only did he go in alone with the blanket, but he also went out with the blanket as well, alone. Well, he went in both times for the blanket alone, because he had to remove one specific thing. Now, in relation to Angie, I won't spoil anything in that regard. I will say the way that they were killed is very similar. To be quite honest, it's the exact same. It's a slice to the neck. But I still have no idea what the fuck this part thing is, or this part is for Angie. Like why she has a incision, whatever the word was, on her forehead. No. So Kyo is definitely the murder for Tenko. It happened in the middle. But how are you asking how everything happened for her to get sliced at the top of her neck? Because there is a giant gap between where she's laying and where the top of the cage is. Maybe the blade is just long enough. But I kind of doubt it, because for something that long, there would have to be like some sort of sheath to hold on, or hilt, excuse me, to hold on to. And then you would see that above in like the shape of the tarp blanket. So, where does that come out of? I'm not gonna spoil too much. And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And I was also skeptical as to whether or not there would be anything, like, hiding inside the dog statue. Because maybe, like, there would be a hidden blade underneath that, but no one sees it, so when we place it, it, like, pops out. But there's no incision on the blanket, so that's out the question. Then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all 4 of us removed the god dog statue. And I don't know how Kokichi didn't slip off, or slip into the hole, standing where he is. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, the board had moved. Was there something on the floor there? I wasn't really paying attention to that. I'm kind of dumb. Or no, that was the rock. Yeah. Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well,
that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem.
How?
And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner? Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since the seance was clearly a sham, Maki never was one to pull her punches. Sound during seance has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Okay, Mew and then Kokichi for their testimonies. This investigation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Cunt Fu's killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up for all this bullshit seance in the first place.
No.
No, not necessarily.
Huh?
Seriously? This seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. Maybe not exactly her, but one of the girls, because it needed to be a girl. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her? How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be?
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron!
There's no other possibility, shit for brains! God, you don't even know that? It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. I mean, I think this part of the case is easy to put together in comparison to Angie's, because like we're really trying to figure out who the killer is for Angie in the end. But the only like connection between is that they were both killed in the exact same way. Well, not the exact same way, because we don't know if like the seance was performed on her as well. As like an example, like, hey Angie, do you mind coming with me for a moment? We can always just try it. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? That may be an important point of the case. Kokichi, what's up? What a lame function. You should have made him, like, a transformer or something. Oh. Okay. That's it. Alright, everybody's testimonies are here. Ruined magic circle. Let's go with the dumb shit first. Monitor? It's a monitor for communicating with us. There's nothing on the screen. But just seeing it makes me feel sick. Lit candle. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in this room. No, they're not. There are no windows in this room. So without the candles, it was pitch black. Okay, that's what you mean. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? Quite simply, as a matter of fact. Can I look at the rock? I don't think so. Let's go this stuff. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, the wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly,
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. It's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you ever touched a woman besides your mother? What?
I'm kidding.
Anyway,
Is this...
if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding either. Oh, in regards to you don't know anything about girls part. Dog statue's been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Yep. Okay, white cloth. It's the white sheet we used for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kyo was the one who removed it. Removed it? Jesus.
Is this...
This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to the window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back... Look, there's a blood stain on it. Right around the middle of the sheet. But no hole in the fabric. Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through the cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Mm-hmm. White sheet has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. There is a hole in the corner. Maybe I should look at that. Do I want to? I'm supposed to focus on this shit first. Can I look at the cage? Hold on. I cannot look at the cage per se. That's the magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well...
Was this drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt.
What?
Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my butt.
I'm right already.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Aki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Caged Dog Village document.
Hey.
Isn't that right, Kyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Magic Circle Korekiyo drew, Jesus Christ, has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Alright, Tenko's body. I engage with the cage now, so it's gonna be... blood? I think I see the slit in her neck. Okay. Hole in the corners over there still. Okay, iron cage. Yeah. So there's blood on the top of the cage, and there's also blood on the tarp. There should be like a pattern that you could see with the blood. This is the cage used in the seance.
Is this...
It looks like to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage.
okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. Well, no shit. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey.
Look at this.
Is this...
A bloodstain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. The splatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage. Although, I might be misremembering. There might not be a slit in the neck. There might be another wound in another place that I don't want to spoil. Because if so, that changes it a little bit. Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. Although there is a lot of blood underneath her. So maybe there is one thing. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then...
Although that would be a little bit harder to do with what I remember this case to be. If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain, right?
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted? That is a possibility. Iron cage has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Rock. Marker stone. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Okay. Okay, I can't look at the crooked floorboard. Yeah, I'll save her body for last. This floorboard is loose! That's the one right under Tenko.
Why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
But
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Loose floorboard has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. And now Tenko's body. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is a stab wound to her neck. Oh yeah, that's right, I did read that, didn't I? Whoops. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Wait. This is Tenko. Okay. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
no.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far with it before she bled out.
huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's deep, so there's got to be a blade. Okay. How thick is my neck? About that thick. We get rid of some from the iron bars. About that thick, or that long it needs to be. Maybe. Who knows? The victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right, I don't see any obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. I was wondering as to whether or not we would see something on the white cloth, and that was like there would be a piece of tape there or something. Because that could be enough to tie it to Angie's, but I don't see that. Let's see. Himiko was in the corner of the room with the hole. I was just about to propose that maybe Kyo disposed of something in that hole, but I don't know. Oh well. It could be a clue. Tenko's last moments have been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. I think that's everything here. Let me check this hole in the back. Hole in the corner. And that should be it. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
is this?
A hole. Looks like there's a space under here, too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there.
Huh?
What? Something dropped down there? Was something dropped from here? It'd be kind of like Kyoko mentioned, like, the person's already in the locked room sort of thing, and they just mingled in with the rest of the group. So maybe he disposed of it after the fact when everyone was in here. Has something dropped from here? Hole in the corner has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Hey yo, Kibo, can you look down here for a second?
Hey,
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
You're right.
Right, let's do it.
by the way,
It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
Okay.
Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can get down. Go
Okay.
down. Okay, got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Okay, so we're immediately just going in. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. Yeah, blood dripping. There's blood on the other side. Okay. Okay. So, Tenko was killed from her neck. There would be one wound, only facing one direction. The floorboard on the other side has moved, and that would have no way to get blood on the underside of it if it's moved in that position. It's also just hanging there. So, that blood is there from a previous incident. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours. Wait, Hold on, did Angie have a second key? Or was there only one key? It can only be locked from the inside. I don't remember. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in a dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are you kidding me? I just wanted to look around to see if there was anything down here at all. A fucking sickle. Okay. How did... Okay. Wait, hole? What? Hole? Okay, interesting. So, we crawled in through that hole from up above, right? I'm supposed to learn that. Dried blood, blood stain. Oh, cut crosspiece. Okay, yeah. Alright, so here's where we start to explain some more shit. This crosspiece is used to remove something out of the way. Or, well, nah. The way that I'm explaining is fucking stupid. Let's go with bloodstain first. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. And dried blood. Yeah, it's also the fact that it's dried, so it's been here for a while. There's a blood stain on the ground, underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
hey.
Hey, look at the back of the floorboard, the blood on it. Look at the back of this floorboard. Oh, Jesus Christ. The back of this floorboard has blood on it, too. You're right. There's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
What do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
That's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these blood stains here are completely dry. There must be some reason the particular stains are dry. Dried blood under the floor has been added to the truth bullet monopad. Loose floorboard has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Okay. The most important part about this sickle over here, this bloody sickle, is whether or not it's blood from before or now. That is the most important bit. Let's go to the cut crosspiece. Oh, look! Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off!
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width, too. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. Oh, wait. Okay. I just remembered. Maki did say something about she saw something down below. That's got to be what the sickle's about. So Kiyo must have used it in this murder, and that's what it was, because you can place it down because it's just one rod, but you would have to angle it so at least it's pointing down through the holes of the cage. It wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. Oh, it cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then...
So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all this, then why? There's a reason for that. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the orientation of the room where everybody was, because, like, Tenko had to walk down the salt strip, is what I'll call it. The one little channel where she has to walk in and where everybody else has to walk in to cover up Tenko. But where was everybody in relativity to that strip? I can't remember that. The only one that I know was that Himiko was in the corner with the hole. And that was using the salt channel as a directive. That was northwest of it, kind of. And then it was... Himiko was off to my right. And Kokichi was on the opposite end of the room, I think. And then Kyo was off to my left. So Kyo was on the opposite end of the salt channel. Okay, this is where my mind was trying to remember it, because of the way that he would have had to have stood on the salt channel. The rock would have also moved. This is where this comes into play. What that is that Kyo jumped on that one end where the beam is missing to launch Tenko in the air to cut her neck, or stab her neck, whatever. And that one beam in the middle that is between the severed end and where the blood is dripping was used as the teetering position. Or the fulcrum. Yes, the fulcrum. So it was literally just a lever to launch her up. I was trying to remember that because when I saw the rock was in the same spot, I couldn't figure that out, and how there was a plank at her feet that had moved, but not the rock. Like, I would have thought that the entire thing had shifted over, and that's why she was slumped over in a different position. Yeah. Shoot the bullet section of your monopad. Okay. The hole, I'll save for later, because I know that that does something else. So, let me go to the bloody sickle and get this, and then I'll cut this episode short. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it!
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is this...
This came from my research lab.
Huh?
It did?
well...
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality. And you can hide it under your clothes, too.
Well,
If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches. Wait, hold on. How... Oh, not that. What? Okay. 6 inches from the ground. I would have, like, stabbed all the way through, I'd think. Oh, well, you can't be precise in, like, how much power he puts into it. But it's, like, 3 feet in the air she had to raise. Oh, well.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
but
Even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture is the question.
Hey,
If the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark? Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. No. I'm trying to imagine at what time he would have been able to do it, because no, it had to have been. Yeah, the only way to retrieve it would have been in the when we removed the dog statue, the god god dog statue. Dog god? Whatever. Whichever version. Statue for him to retrieve it. And then he throws it away while everyone's staring at the body. That's when it happens. Okay. For now, I'm going to leave this episode here. Hello and welcome back. For now, I'm going to leave this episode here because I know that is an extra secret that goes even farther beyond. So thank you so much for sticking around and watching this little bit longer of an episode. Thank you so much for everything that you've provided me with. And sorry for spoiling a little bit, but we still have to figure out Angie's murder because Angie's murder is going to be the deciding factor of who we punish. Whether it's Kyo or another person entirely, we'll find out. But I think you have a pretty good idea. I'm just trying to figure out how it was all set up for her murder. Oh well. Save. Welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. In the last episode, we crawled under the floorboards, as well as Tenko's dead body, unfortunately, but that's not why we're here. Oh god, I forgot to turn down my mouse. We're here to inspect this hole. I wonder what Tenko would have to say about that, because wasn't she one to say that the men are only interested in looking at holes or something, or looking through holes or something? Some of the wood has corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room.
Hey.
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part is rotted away. It looks like a natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here.
That's true.
Okay, so that wasn't made by someone. Interesting. I thought it was. If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did all right because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. But that might make it impossible to move around in there.
Nope.
And they could have used the light like we're doing right now.
Well,
True. They used the light to move around under the floor? Is that possible? No, not at all. Not at fucking all, because there's a hole in the room. We'd see light being cast from underneath. It'd be the same situation as Teru, right? He had the source of light, and then the only way that he knew where to go is because there was light painted underneath of him. He didn't have it with him underneath. I think we finished investigating here.
is that all right?
Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise? No, not at all. Considering that there's a hole in this floor, and there's a little bit of dried blood on one of the floorboards in this room, I suspect that maybe there might be something in the room that was adjacent in whichever direction we were facing. Let's see, if we went down below in the same hole and it was off to our right, it's going to be the room to the left looking at the doors, I would assume. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the blackened we need to vote for is
You're right.
the culprit for the first murder. The culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
But
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both of their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Hurry? Why? I think that's it in here. Would I like to leave? Yes. Okay. Ooh. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. I don't know this.
It's a lie!
Ah, you bitch. I knew he didn't die in this chapter, so I was like, what the fuck? What am I looking at? Did I surprise you? Or are you gonna scream and cry in terror? And where the fuck did all this blood come from, asshole?
Huh?
What are you doing? Are you anemic? Are you, like, lightheaded? Did you slam your head against the floor? Sorry. I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing? Same thing as Angie? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Okay. Then, suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through a floorboard?
So mean.
Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything.
Ah.
Oh. Sorry. My bad. I love giving him the moment to process because like it shows that there's real damage going on. Like, it hurts. It hurts. I'm supposed to talk now. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting the floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. What bad luck. That would also make sense why the salt... Yeah, that's it. That's why the salt on the other side is like that. So no one can walk on that side, and the channel is directed... Oh, that's so good, Kyo! Holy fuck. What bad luck. The crosspiece was gone? Does that mean...
Huh?
Really?
Confidence. Dreams. That's what the killing game is all about.
Okay. I'll get to the... I'll talk about it later. That's what the killing game is all about.
Killing game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the killing game. The killing game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
I guess time's up. Oh man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to research the seance again, so I brought the document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as to what was written in the document. He drew the magic circle the exact same way in this picture. Not only that, he used the exact same tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about that later. At the class trial. So, see you there. Kokichi left, the bloody loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Damn, he had to have hit his head hard, and no one's gonna just check up on him? I feel bad. I mean, granted he's a little shit and everything, but I feel bad. Bloody Kokichi's been added to the truthable section of your monopad. Let's go too.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you wanna die?
What are you staring at? Nothing. I'm not staring at anything beautiful, if that's what you're asking about. Can I look in here? I need to head to... Ah, fuck. Christ. Left room. I need to head to the Shrine of Judgment in the courtroom. Whatever it says. Anybody... No one's up here. Interesting. Okay. I'll walk down myself. Heaven forbid that there's like a secret event going on. Nope, nothing. I think this is the farthest spot that I've been in any of the murders. To go to the trial grounds. Like in the first game, it immediately brought you to the red door. And the second game, I think it brought you back to the main island? No, that doesn't sound right. Does it? I actually don't even remember. But having to go through all of these floors is quite a bit. The laceration to Angie's head is the one thing I can't figure out. I know what it is! I know what it is! I don't know if it's 100% right, but I don't remember if I'm just remembering, or I don't know if I'm just remembering, or if this is just me putting 17 and 2 together. Angie must have heard Kyo setting up the seance, went from her room to go check it out, but why would there be blood? Why would there be blood on the sword, though? I don't know why there's blood on the sword, though. Okay, so what I was thinking is Angie went to go see what all the commotion was about. It couldn't have been in the left room, because that's where he was setting it up first. Angie spotted that. She stepped on the same thing as Kyo. Or, not Kyo, Kokichi. Stumbled, hit her head, maybe knocked herself out. And then Kyo used her as an example to test out the seance. Or just killed her with a knife, or sword, or something. And then disposed of the body. But there's more to it. There's gotta be more to it. There's something that I'm missing. Alright. Shrine of Judgment. Get everybody's last things here, and then I'll talk to them after. It would appear we have all gathered. But it seems there are less and less of us.
Oh.
Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta.
Yeah. Going to do his best to help.
I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
Hey! What's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito?
Yeah, I'm feeling better now. Wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch.
I don't know.
It's your fault. Why don't you... You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
booyah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift from the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable.
Rest in peace.
Atua, please. Please send us your power.
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all.
Well, you know.
She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God. Especially Atua.
I also...
So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now.
Jeez.
That might actually be important.
Yeah.
The trial this time is gonna be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap.
Huh?
His trap?
That's right.
He probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
All right already.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Hey, so...
Shuichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? Well, so this episode has gone on. So, it's kind of funny. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this, because it's been 15 minutes of recording this, and I don't want to separate any sections out. But I know someone is going to be coming home soon, so I don't want to record another episode and break up the trial for myself. So I'm going to end this episode here, even though it's only been 15 minutes of this recording session, and add it on to the last one. So how I edit it, you'll either understand or not understand at all. Oh well, thank you so much for coming out. And in the meantime, have a nice day.